In Oakwood Elementary School, lunchtime was the bright spot of the day for many students. The cafeteria was filled with the welcoming aroma of freshly baked bread and sizzling sausages. But today, something clouded the cheerful atmosphere. The big bully, Joey Grubbs, had swaggered into the cafeteria, casting a long shadow over the line of students eagerly awaiting their meals. Joey Grubbs was known for his sneering face and his perpetual scowling. He was taller than most of the students, with broad shoulders that seemed to block out the sun. His favorite pastime appeared to be pushing other kids around and snatching away their spots in line without so much as a "please" or "thank you." As Joey made his way to the front of the queue, the laughter quelled and the jovial chatter faded to a hush. Some of the younger students exchanged nervous glances, discreetly stepping back to avoid his glare. They watched in silence, some clutching their trays, desperately wishing for someone to stand up to him. The tension was palpable as Joey reached the cashier, Miss March, the lunch lady. She wore her usual friendly smile, her curly grey hair neatly tucked under a white cap. But today, her eyes narrowed as she saw Joey's usual antics. Miss Marge was no stranger to Joey's behavior, having watched him bully others time and time again. Putting her hands on her hips, Miss Marge cleared her throat. "Now, Joey," she said firmly, her voice sharp but not unkind, "we all have to take turns here. It's time you learn some manners and get to the back of the line like everyone else." The air was still. The students, eyes wide and brimming with hope, turned their gaze towards Joey. They weren't sure what would happen next. Would he scoff at Miss March, laugh in her face, or perhaps leave on his own? Joey hesitated, his menacing facade faltering for just a moment. Miss March stood her ground, unwavering, her kind yet stern look unyielding. To everyone's amazement, Joey's face softened ever so slightly. He turned around, his eyes avoiding the kids' eager gazes, and trudged to the back of the line, muttering under his breath. As soon as Joey stepped away from the forefront, a cheerful cheer erupted from the students. The cafeteria buzzed with energy and appreciation for Miss March, the unsung hero who had dared to stand up to the bully. With a gentle nod, Miss March smiled warmly at the children. "Now, let's enjoy our lunch, shall we?" she said, her voice ringing with satisfaction. The lunchtime laughter returned, the students felt a little braver, and the once shadowed cafeteria was again filled with the warm light of camaraderie and respect.